The offseason is finally over. So welcome back to another season of college football, and welcome back to another season of Butts Talk. I'm Nick Butts. So I'm going to start by addressing the obvious question here. Tua or Jalen? Now, it's easy to say Tua Tagovailoa is the best fit to be Alabama's starting quarterback, but you have to remember he hasn't ever played a full game, and before the national championship, he never took a meaningful snap. And you have to look at the other guy, Jalen Hurts. 2 losses ever, and led them to back-to-back national championship appearances. Not bad. However, based off both players' performances in the 2017 title game, Tua is the obvious choice. He's clearly the better athlete, better passer, better leader, and better game controller. So yes, I think Nick Saban should pick Tua Tagovailoa, but at the same time, don't be surprised if Hurts is the one who trots onto the field to take the first snap for the Tide on Saturday night. Alright, so like I've done in the past, I'm going to pick the 5 best games from the upcoming week and pick a winner for each game. Here we go. Number 6, Washington versus number 9, Auburn. Auburn a 2-point favorite. The game's in Atlanta. Both teams are coming off disappointing New Year's 6 bowl losses. Both teams also have great quarterbacks. Jake Browning for Washington, Jarrett Stidham for Auburn. However, both teams have pretty solid defenses, so I'm not expecting this one to be too high scoring. Now, I think Washington is the better team, and they are definitely better coached. Chris Peterson is a good coach. Gus Malzahn, we're not even going to get into that right now. And for that reason, I think they'll defeat Auburn in Atlanta. Number 14, Michigan. Number 12, Notre Dame. Notre Dame a 1-point favorite over the Wolverines. This is a huge game in South Bend. The winner will probably make themselves a playoff contender, like legit. Now, Ole Miss transfer Shea Patterson for Michigan is going to be ready to tear up this Notre Dame defense after going nearly 11 months without taking a snap due to injury. If the Irish want to win, they're going to need their quarterback, Brandon Wimbush, to step up big time. Nonetheless, Notre Dame is tough to beat at home, especially under the lights. However, I think Michigan will narrowly escape South Bend with a win. Louisville versus number 1 Alabama in Orlando. The Tide a 24.5-point favorite over the Cardinals. Like I said earlier, this game is going to be all about figuring that quarterback situation for Bama. A Lamar Jackson-less Louisville is going to be in for a rude awakening after all the trash talking they've been doing. However, new starting quarterback Jawan Pass is capable of putting up big numbers as he did in their spring game. The Tide will win, no doubt, thanks to Tua and a great defense, but I don't think they'll cover that spread of 25 points. Now, number 8 Miami versus number 25 LSU. The Hurricanes a 3.5-point favorite over the Bayou Bengals. The game is at the Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and it's on Sunday night. 2 teams here, a lot of people are very high on this year, but I'm just not buying it. I think we see a very sluggish slugfest, and that we'll see a lot of sloppy offense, but some really good defense. The game itself should go by fast, as I'd imagine we'd see a lot of running back action from both squads. And because of SEC superiority and the fact that Miami fans just don't travel well at all, even to their home games, I've got LSU taking this one. Number 20, Virginia Tech at number 19, Florida State. The Noles are a 7-point favorite over the Hokies. This is on Labor Day night, Monday. FSU should get off to a very fast start in this one and might very well leave the Hokies in the dust. They'll look like their old selves again and will pour tons of confidence back into their fans while making new head coach Willie Taggart look really good. Noles win this one, no contest. Now time for some of my bold preseason takes. Now, I've had a lot of time to think about these over the offseason, so I have valid reasoning behind everything I'm about to say. Here we go. Michigan wins the Big Ten East with an 11-1 record, losing to either Penn State, Michigan State, or Ohio State. You guys are going to hate me for this. They very well could go undefeated, however. And if they do win the East, they'll definitely win the conference championship. You just have to look at the facts. They have basically all the starters returning from a top 10, if not top 5 defense last year. They finally have a good quarterback. Trust me, Shea Patterson is legit. If you don't believe me, go watch his Ole Miss highlights. Insane. He transferred to Michigan to get away from scandalous Oxford, yes, but he's at Michigan because he knew that a good quarterback was their only missing piece, and he's going to fill that in this season. I'm not saying Michigan is going to win it all, but the wild Big Ten East is going to be theirs this year. All the Heisman finalists will be running backs, and 2 of them will be from the ACC Atlantic. Last year may have been the year of the quarterback, but this is the year of the frickin' running back. I think the 5 Heisman finalists will all be running backs, with Bryce Love winning it, then in no particular order, followed by Jonathan Taylor, A.J. Dillon, DeAndre Swift, and Travis Etienne. Like I said, 2 from the Atlantic. Call me crazy, but these are insane running backs and could all be sitting in New York come December. The Big 12 misses the playoff in the final top 10 entirely. The Big 12 might just be the deepest conference in all of college football. However, that's its downfall. It's a 10-team conference, and about 6 or 7 of them have a good chance of winning it. Now, the whole missing the top 10 thing may be a bit of a stretch, but do we really know how good the best teams in the conference are going to be? Yes, OU has Kyler Murray, but he has some rather large shoes to fill. West Virginia has a great quarterback in Will Grier, but they don't play frickin' defense. And who even knows how good Texas will be? The conference champion will probably end up with 2, maybe 3 losses, which by no means guarantees a top 10 spot at the end of the season. All right, so those were my bold preseason takes. And now to wrap up the show like I usually do, I'm going to give my top 4 heading into the season and my national champion pick. So here we go. Number 1, Clemson. Number 2, Alabama. Number 3, Georgia. And yes, number 4, Michigan. My national champion is Clemson. They've got all the tools and just that defensive line to win it again. Also, before I go, I'd like to give the guys over at Immaculate Vision Gaming a big shout out. These guys are bringing back the next college football video game. For more, follow them on Twitter at IMVGaming. That's at IMVGaming. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope to catch y'all next week. Everyone have a good night.
Yeah.